12:02 on the Boston Pizza Oil Stream. What's up, everybody? Thank you very much for being here. Dustin Nielson, Tom Gazzola with you. We got some Oilers news today. The season is just a week away as well. The captain does not have an extension just yet, but another superstar in the National Hockey League does. So we'll get into that a little bit as we work our way through this one today. I'm just taking a look at the Boston Pizza website right now. We actually hit BP's yesterday for dinner,
and
it was a busy day yesterday. We were here. I was setting up some of this new stuff. The office
looks great,
and then the kids had hockey and basketball last night, and we're like, "Are we gonna get home in time to make dinner?" And we're leaving. I was just like, you know what? Just order BP's. We'll pick it up on the way home at the Hamptons location.
Kids eat free?
Dine in. We didn't dine in. We got to go home because we had to get some stuff packed up for the day.
Gotcha.
We did. I had the honey dill chicken sandwich.
The honey dill,
which was pretty good.
Honey dill.
It was pretty good. I got time
flavor.
for it. Yeah, I got time for it. It was good. And then I upgraded my side into poutine. Ooh. Can't go wrong.
Was it the maple bacon poutine?
Or just the Canadian poutine. Whatever the Canadian poutine
the one that
it was good.
Whole you and me issue with poutine happened.
It was absolutely delicious.
Yum yum.
Right now they've got the limited time offer. Those digital kids cards are back. So you donate $5 and you get 5 free kids meals. So hop online right now and buy a digital kids card and help the community and get 5 free kids meals for only $5. Can't complain about that one. What are you doing there, Tom?
I'm looking at the shot.
Okay.
And the monitor that I don't use. I think Rick uses this one and Jay or Reed. I'm just adjusting it so it's not in the shot.
Well, that's a good look.
Thank you.
That's a good look on your part.
I try.
Yeah.
I try.
All right. If you are listening on TuneIn or iHeart or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, you can text us 780-218-9999. If you were watching over on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. And we would greatly appreciate that. Sub to the channel if you haven't already. Maybe you like the Oil Stream. I think you also like some of our other shows as well. So give us a sub if you haven't, and you don't have to worry about it because you don't have to turn on notifications or anything. Just get the deal done there.
Hey, it's good to see everybody's kind of back on board. We're getting into season mode here. We're seeing our listeners and viewers. Everybody's kind of shaking off the summer vibes, and now we're going full pull here.
It's hockey season, buddy.
It's hockey season, and end of football season, obviously very important in the CFL, and then we're ramping up NFL stuff. It's full throttle right now.
It should be.
Exactly. Programming note, the Oil Stream pre- and post-game show returns October 8th.
That's a week from today, buddy.
That is a week from today.
Oh, boy.
Look out. I am... Oh, okay, you know how you're upgrading the studio in here?
I tried to, yeah.
I am... Actually, when I get home today, I will be ordering a new mic and a new arm for the home studio.
Really?
For the satellite studio, yeah.
Have you used that before? Have you had the arm before?
Well, here.
Yeah, but not at home.
Not at home.
No.
Not at home. I have an old Snowball microphone, which is
it's
okay.
It's time.
It's time. We're at the point now where we've grown and we've hit a certain level of expectation. I feel that way too about like audio and the visual side, like moving the monitor out of the
just a little bit there. Yeah.
No more silliness. Like the CFL, we're getting rid of the silliness.
Just polishing it up a bit.
That's right.
Yeah, no, that'll be fun. We'll have a schedule of where Tommy be for some road games as well.
Yes.
And we'll definitely get into that as we work our way through the next couple of weeks as well. All right, let's start with your Popeyes headlines. And of course, Popeyes has a great deal right now. 3-piece bone-in chicken. 3-piece bone-in chicken, just $8. Only at Popeyes. 3 pieces of that thick, juicy, bone-in, crunchy chicken. Yeah. For just $8. That's a steal. That's a steal right now. 3-piece bone-in chicken. That's got lunch written all over it. Yeah, just $8. The Edmonton Oilers make a trade. Future considerations to the Utah Mammoth for Connor Ingram. He will report to the Condors. Utah will retain $800K, so they get him at just above 1.1-ish. There's a lot of talk last week how they had to claim him off of waivers. I think those people will be very ecstatic right now that They managed to get him at half the price for whatever the future considerations will end up being. Literally no downside to this deal.
Yeah.
Pretty savvy little piece of work, I think.
Good. And like I said last week, not surprised the Oilers didn't claim Connor Ingram, and then people were talking about what about trade? He's like, yeah, that's a possibility. Like I said last Friday, they liked Ingram. There were elements of his game they liked and the possibility. The one thing that I was told in regard to the possibility at the time of them picking up Ingram was just with everything that's gone, like, would he be able to thrive in this market? This market's not easy, especially on goalies, as we've seen. I think it's important, and I appreciate that the Oilers said immediately that Ingram's going to the minors. Let him cook. Let him find his game. There's competition now. And this doesn't mean that he's the goalie of the future. This means there might be an opportunity for him. What it does do is push Pickard and Skinner to be better. And if one of them falters, see you later. If the other guy, if Ingram, hypothetically, is playing well.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's viewed as a depth move.
It is.
For the organization, because that's what it is. He'll go down. He has got more NHL experience than any other guy they have down there right now.
Correct.
Yeah, and if there's a hiccup along the way, and like, what do you think would have to happen for him to get outside of an injury? Obviously, like, how poorly do these guys have to play for them to say, "Hey, let's go get a look at a guy who has played over 40 games in one NHL season," type of thing?
I think one of them would have to be in a funk.
It's tough for Pickard to get into a funk.
Well,
because like, how often are you going to play that you would be, deemed in a funk?
I don't think it's gonna. This is mostly for Stuart Skinner. I think this is to keep him sharp, to keep him on edge, and to push him. But if there's any prolonged slide, like 4 or 5 games of just bad goaltending, then Ingram's getting a look.
4 or 5 games?
I would think so.
So like if Skinner comes out and puts together 5 bad games.
Yeah.
What's that? Like 5 games where you're like, 2 of these games he let in an early goal. They lost 4 of the 5.
Yeah. And
that's not as
early goal, soft goal.
That's not as much as I thought you would say. I thought it would be like, he struggles for like a month and a half or something.
Well, a 5-game stretch for a goalie would be 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, about 2 weeks. Yeah.
I think there's an urgency to make sure there's no month.
Well, and there's a lot of Stuart Skinner. There's a lot of pressure on Stuart Skinner here then too.
Yeah, we said it all along, make or break season for Stu Skinner, and this emphasizes that even more.
All right, what do you think about this? How much opportunity do you want to see him get? How much opportunity do you think he will get? Boiler guy Dennis texts in and says, cue the Connor Ingram will win the Vezina texts. Had 6 shutouts 2 years ago.
Yeah.
With the Coyotes. That's been pointed out to me a couple of times. That was his best year in the National Hockey League. Played 50 games, had a 2.91 goals against average, ended up winning 23 games, losing 21, and then 3 that went a little bit past regulation time.
Remember they had that good start?
And had a 907, yeah.
They had that good start, Arizona, their last year, and then the rumors of the impending move kicked in around December-ish, and then the wheels fell off. And Ingram was a big part of the big start. Remember they were kind of lingering in a playoff spot?
For a little while there. Yeah, that was that year.
Yeah. And him and Vejmelka were kind of a nice 1-2 punch for a little bit, and then the wheels fell off for sure.
Do you think he plays 10 games in the National Hockey League this year?
That's different than saying, do I think he plays 10 games with the Oilers? Right?
You think he would come up and then get waived and then go somewhere else?
I think the root of it is Stuart Skinner's performance. If Stuart Skinner is playing at a more than adequate caliber, and the Oilers are in first or second in the division, and he's minimized the first shot, second shot goals against, and he's not letting in a soft one every night, then I don't think we see Connor Ingram. if he is continuing to struggle the way he did last year at times, then I do see the door opening for Ingram, and I could see him playing more than 10 games, even as an Oiler. Now, if Ingram goes into the Bakersfield and has a really good showing, his mindset is good, he's back and he's better than ever, and he's fit and he's getting the results, but the Oilers are still playing well and they're getting good goaltending, then I see him becoming an asset to move. And listen, you might not get too much more than future considerations. This is hypothetical, of course, but I think this is a win-win for the Oilers. Like, you have a guy that has had small glimpses of decent starter potential that pushes your guy to be better. In theory, that's what happens here. Or if your guy that you've been riding the last couple of years falters, you have this Connor Ingram situation where you could slot him in and give him a shot. The other thing, too, worst case scenario is he plays poorly, Skinner plays poorly, and you're leaning on Calvin Pickard.
Or you're looking for somebody else still.
And you're looking for somebody. You're back to square one. I don't think Connor Ingram's the savior. I don't think he's the answer. I think he's another option as of today.
We said it at the time when everybody wanted to claim off waivers. I said what it would be, because there's some people, and I'll get to, there's some people online who think this is a immediate upgrade over Stuart Skinner.
I think that's incorrect.
Which I thought at the time what we said was basically lateral. It's a different look.
Yeah.
Right? But with that being said, they haven't really done the different look between the pipes over the last couple of years,
that's
right?
A good point.
That alone will probably make some people very happy with this move. Some of the reaction when I posted this on X earlier in the day, a backup plan for next year. Will he get a chance to play for the Oilers, do you think? I hope he does. Just hope he doesn't sit in the minors all year. Matt says, time to call out the loser who freaked out 4 days ago. Cash those receipts. I think talking about when they didn't claim him. And a lot of people were like, oh my God, Bowman, what are we even doing? There was a lot of overreaction when they didn't claim him on waivers.
Really?
And now I would think those people would probably be very happy today. Sergeant Obvious says, no risk. He's essentially free. I love this move. Rusty on X says, I see this as an insurance policy until Marc-Andre Fleury is ready in January.
Nicely done, Rusty.
Matthew says, I don't think this is an upgrade on what they have, but it's a smart AHL move. A long way from, this is Strange Rapper on a way better defense on a contender closer to home could be the answer.
I have my doubts about that.
Norwoodsman says if it's only a win if they actually play him over Skinner. Other than that, it's a performative move. EDM Oil 13 says he got 6 shutouts and 48 starts for Arizona in 23-24. It's an upgrade.
Really?
People are this guy.
A guy who hasn't played in the NHL for a prolonged period of time. Had to get things sorted out. He did, sounds like, which is great. Is an upgrade? That, to me, sounds like a bit of a stretch. That
tweet was replied to by somebody else that says, no, it's not. Skinner is still better. If you don't see that, you just don't like Skinner. And then that guy replied again and said, what the F are you talking about? So that started to trend where you expect a lot of these things to go.
I'm sure that spiraled into just a wonderful conversation full of cordial, thoughtful insight.
CJ Cisco says insurance and depth is never a bad thing. And salary retained is a win.
I like how salary retention, especially when things have gone in Edmonton in regard to contracts and trades with retention and all that. I like how salary retention is looked at fondly here, which I appreciate and understand. They kept half of it almost. That's wonderful.
Jerry T says, adds juice to Oilers social media for the season. Not that there was any shortage. Remote chance he's great in the AHL and sees an NHL spot, but only in the event of an injury or illness to Skinner or Pickard. Very remote. So, some of the takes here are all over the place.
All over.
And it'll be very interesting to see if after 3 games, Stuart Skinner doesn't start well. There'll be people on your post-game show be like, what are they doing with Ingram? He's in the minors. Call him up already. He had 6 shutouts 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You have to get ready for that.
Yeah.
You are going to be told until he gets up here, when he does, you will be told probably on average of 3 to 5 times per post game that Connor Ingram had 6 shutouts in 23-24. Get ready for that, Tommy. That is going to be your favorite stat of the year. No doubt.
Yeah, I'm ready. Hernan was asking as he was setting up the show. He's like, hockey season's here. You good to go? I'm like, yeah, now I am. He eased into it. I was at the rink yesterday. So bring those takes about Connor Ingram being the guy who got 6 shutouts in 48 games.
48 starts, played more, played like 50 games.
In 23-24. I'll be ready for those. It's all good.
All right, let's get to more of your reaction. That's what the old stream is all about. Keep those text messages coming in, 780-218-9999. Ron Nicole over on the Nasty Chat on YouTube today says, don't know on the upgrade. Yes, 6 shutouts, but still had near 3 goals against average and 907 save percentage. I like it for depth or option 3, but upgrade is not where I would go on this one.
Yeah, that's rational.
Yeah, the Gourd Father says, nice bit of business by Stan. Worst case scenario, he doesn't count on the cap. Best case, he actually supplants one of the goalies on an NHL team based on performances. Saskatoon Muncher is in and says, nom. I think they should give Ingram a chance after a quick stint in the AHL before Hyman comes back, so you could carry 3 goalies and you don't need to waive Pickard in that situation.
Oh, that's a possibility.
Luke in Cowtown says, if Ingram plays 10 or more games this year, then the Oilers have way bigger problems than goalie.
Touche.
That's an interesting way to look at it.
Oh, that's Luke in Cowtown.
Luke in Cowtown.
The 403. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a bunch of...
There? Oh, that's weird.
It doesn't pop up on mine.
Cowtown, yeah.
Okay. I'll save it in mine now.
Haji texts in, 0 chance Pickard would clear waivers to give Ingram a few games. He's insurance for Skinner or injury and a gamble at best. Raider Jesse says, Ingram, in my opinion, is a 25% chance to be a substantial upgrade. Ingram has issues and he may never recover, but his peak was very good.
I'm not going to argue with Raider Jesse.
I would probably say I don't. Like, what's the peak?
I don't know. I think the sample size
how does a guy who's only played 100 games in the National Hockey League have a peak? You don't know what he is yet?
Yeah.
Why are you supposed to know what the peak is? I know he had some good, what do we say?
Flashes?
No, the advanced goals saved above expected. They usually toss out the window.
Do you need me
I know there was a stretch where he had, those numbers were good, but I don't know. To say a 25% chance to be a substantial upgrade, Raider Jesse, you might have lost me at substantial.
That's a convoluted
I might give you the
statement.
25% on the upgrade. Substantial might
Jesse,
be.
get me a war chart on that, please.
Jay says, Ingram, no risk, lukewarm reward.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's literally no downside to this.
This is okay.
So this is a nice piece of work here.
Yeah, good. Shave off half or a good chunk of his salary. Let the other team pay for it. Give him a shot, see what happens. You got 3 goalies with NHL experience now in your organization.
Chris replies on X, Ingram's best year goals against average is 2.91. Skinner's worst in the last 4 is 2.81. Is that much of an upgrade? I guess Ingram had a worse team in front of him, theory?
Yes.
Yeah, the goals against average one it's a little tough when you're looking at...
listen, options, depth, a second chance for Ingram in his career. And again, I like the idea of pushing the 2 guys that are here to make sure that they're on their toes and take away a little bit of that comfort level, right? When there's competition, you want to be hungry, you stay hungry, you should have an edge. It should motivate you to be on top of your game. Otherwise, you got Buddy waiting in the wings, performing well where he's at. I better get my ass in gear. So I like that aspect of it. No lose scenario here. I think that sums it up nicely.
All right. Keep those text messages coming in here at 780-218-9999. When it's all said and done, and we could talk about what this means for Skinner and should Ingram play and how does it involve Pickard. When it's all said and done, the bare bones here is a tidy piece of work for Bowman. You get him essentially at almost half of what you would have had to do if you claimed him off waivers, and you gave up nothing to get him.
Correct. Okay.
I mean, that's and I will say this: you improved your goaltending depth in the organization,
and that's completely true.
So no hot take on that one from me. We'll see how it plays out.
Spitting facts.
Now part of me is curious to see how this team looks with something else between the pipes. I'm not sure it's Ingram, but part of me is curious to see how this team looks without Skinner or Pickard between the pipes. Part of me. And that's probably just because we know how they are with those two guys, and they're a very good team, and they can get close to winning a Stanley Cup, and there's other issues, not just goaltending, that's holding them back from that. But I'd be kind of curious to see how somebody else plays behind.
I'm not as curious, but I understand where that
you got to be a little curious.
Man, not really.
The smallest amount.
Not really.
On a scale of 1 to 10 on curiosity, if I'm like, and I'm saying I'm like an 8.
Yes.
Like, I'm not even like a 30 or a 40 or a 50. I'm like an 8. You're a 0?
About a 2.
Oh, okay. So I'm 4 times as curious as you. Yeah, I'm 8. You're 2.
Oh, we're doing like the Raider Jesse 25%. It's a substantial increase.
That's not what I meant to do.
I know. We're doing percentages within percentages and fractions at the same time on something that's pretty subjective. I see it. About a 2 at the end of the day.
The Gord father says the Oilers don't need a substantial upgrade in net, just consistency.
I like that.
Even if moderate increase in consistency, it would likely be all the team needs.
Gord father, you are on today, my friend. Round of clicks to you, sir. Round of clicks.
All right, Max Bazuzu.
Hey.
Any legit smoke regarding this Lucas Reichel rumor that Matheson is reporting?
Spec hopped on that as well. And I checked in. I was told, like when the Carter Hart thing was being discussed, that's a name that hasn't been popping up much in discussions around the hockey ops department. However, I was reminded that Stan does have his favorite Chicago ties. Look no further than players, prospects, and staff that have been brought in recently. And I was just told, don't know if they would trade for him, but wouldn't discount the Chicago connection.
Okay.
Because it did strike me as odd when Maddie started spouting off about that. I'm like,
it was a little while ago too.
And then like Spec jumped. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Like, why does that make sense? You want a soft center out of Chicago that doesn't know what winning is? That's an improvement. So right now it doesn't make sense. And then Pagnotta came on Hello Hockey, and he kind of hinted at an impact player somewhere down the line this season, potentially winding up in Edmonton. I think it would be more significant than Lucas Reichel.
Well, Reichel's got like Jesse Puljujärvi numbers.
Yeah, that's not good.
You know what I mean? Like he's got 20 goals in 170 games.
That's not good.
54
why would you want
points.
that? So what I was told is that's not a name that's been discussed around the Oil.
But if Bowman liked him,
he did bring in Regula.
I think what it is, you never say never.
Sure, of course.
Right?
Not,
I don't think you can say never on this.
I'm passing along the information I've been given from those within the organization.
I'm just trying, like, what would you have to trade for a 17th overall pick from 5 years ago that hasn't been able to connect on anything in Chicago, where if anybody was going to give him decent amount of ice time right now, it would probably be Chicago.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not sure.
I don't know why you'd want to go and work on a project like that at this point in your trajectory as a contender.
Unless, of course, Connor McDavid says, you get Reichel, I'm staying.
Yep.
Then you go get Reichel.
Sure. Now, why would Connor McDavid ever make such an outlandish statement? I don't know. Yeah, it was 7 goals in 23 games in 22-23. 5 goals in 65 games in 23-24. 8 goals in 70 games last season.
Like JP, who busted, scored 15 one year.
Yeah.
He hasn't even got double digits yet.
No. Minus 8, minus 8, minus 29, and minus 16 in his 4 partial
Now everybody and most people in Chicago are minuses.
Yeah, they're not a good team.
It's not like they're a good team, and he's the outlier. That's a bunch of minuses. But
he's 6 feet tall, 170 pounds.
Maddie's tweet from a couple of hours ago was, as tweeted yesterday, the Oilers are kicking tires on German-born forward Lucas Reichel in Chicago. He was a Bowman first-round pick in 2020 when he was Hawks GM. He liked his skill. Current regime, not so much. As they say, he badly needs a change of scenery. Now, where does he fit here at 1.2 mil is debatable. So
I don't, again, and I was told
I honestly don't know where you fit in and what do you give up for him?
Nothing.
Right? You're not
I don't even know why you would pursue him.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a reason that it actually makes sense. And this is not to slight anybody who's reporting that they're Jewish. Maybe they are. But outside of he's German and Leon's German and Bowman drafted him, I can't fit. Like, if this was a Canadian guy that Bowman didn't draft, would they have any interest in him? Has he done anything that make you interested?
Those numbers and that's his type of game, I would say no. Playing this stupid hypothetical game again.
Hypothetical games are the funnest.
I know, but we're talking about things that don't make sense right now. Would he be an upgrade over Adam Henrique? The answer is no.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what to make of Henrique.
Would he be an upgrade over Matthias Janmark? Does this guy kill penalties? Is he versatile? Could play center or wing? Is he a good checker? The answer is no. So I don't get it. Like, I don't understand outside of the Bowman connection. I don't get it.
Now, they are going to put some guys who have less NHL experience, maybe in some pretty juicy spots. Tomasek, Savoy, Howard.
Savoy and Howard are high-end prospects.
This guy was drafted just as high as those guys.
And he's
were.
done expletive.
Yeah, he's 23 now.
In 4 seasons.
I feel like he was probably put into the NHL too early.
Probably.
That's probably what ended up happening with this guy, because he was drafted in 2020, made the Hawks in 2020, well, split between Rockford. Good numbers in the American League, but just has not clicked in the National Hockey League just yet.
Anyway.
We'll see. Let's dive into the numbers game for Play Alberta. We do have that one Oilers bet that's sitting there over at Play Alberta, and our codes are now out. Our new codes for the month of October. It is EST Sports. Deposit $50, get a $50 free bet. EST Casino. Deposit $50, get a $50 free bet. And EST 50. Deposit $50, get a $50 free bet as well. The one Oilers prop that we have up right now. And we will... We'll be adding a few more, and obviously once we get to game day, well, it's going to be a riot. Cannot wait to build that first Oilers parlay for next Wednesday. But McDavid, 36-plus goals. Draisaitl, 40-plus goals at plus 121 right now. And that lock shot partner parlay we threw up in the 11 o'clock hour is up. Dodgers minus 1.5. Yankees on the money line, plus 182. Small boost from about the plus 174 that it was at. So you can get that as well. All right, $17 million a year, Tommy.
Yep.
8 years. What was it? 138, 136.
Yes.
One of the two.
Yeah.
Does this impact McDavid's future in Edmonton in any way at all?
I don't know. Outside of maybe now you know that Connor's not taking anything less than $17 million.
I mean, on a 2-year deal, like, there's been people thinking it might be 15 and a half, 16. Elliot even said it's going to be less than you think maybe if he sticks around. And then with the Kaprizov thing, you're buying like 8 years of unrestricted free agency, whereas McDavid will still have the power to walk to unrestricted free agency in 3 years.
Yeah,
so.
Well, I don't think Connor's being like, I'm going to take a nice discount and I'm not going to be the highest paid player. I think he's going to be the highest paid player.
So then in that fashion, it does impact the McDavid deal.
I think so.
Yeah.
Now, amount of years that I don't think is impacted by this Kaprizov deal. I think you're looking at least 17 and a half for Connor per season, even if it's 2 years, even if it's 3 years. I'm sorry. It's the principle of it. He's, as Shoggy said on the Mandate today, great segment, by the way, if you take Connor at his word, at face value, he's talked about and actually, it's refreshing to hear him speak of his value. He doesn't go, I'm the best player in the world, but he has said some things.
He's said things like he knows he's the best player in the world.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sorry, he deserves to be paid like the best player in the world, regardless of a 1-2 year deal. I still think how it affects Connor, this Kaprizov deal it's nothing less than 17. I quite frankly think it's probably 17 and a half to start.
I still think there's a chance it could come in less than 17.
I don't think so. Not anymore.
No, not anymore.
I think that's wishful thinking. That's my view, is that would be wishful thinking.
Smitty the Welder says, Elliott doubled down on it being lower than everyone thinks. He said he thinks he can see 15.5.
Not after this. KB, don't be saying that, Tommy. 17 and a half. Come on, man. What do you mean, come on, man? You're going to undercut the best player in the world and pay him less? Come on. Come on, man, me. The best player in the world that you want to keep here so you can win Stanley Cups, you're going to pay him less? Get out of here with that. You're going to pay him less than Kirill Kaprizov, who has not had a 50-goal season? Don't come on, man, me. Woo! Are you crazy? You guys, sometimes you have to pay for the value you're getting. And you're getting the best player in the world, and because he's going to take a perceived discount, maybe he doesn't take 20% of the cap, but you're expecting him to be below Kirill Kaprizov? Come on, man, to me? Get out of here with that BS. Are you serious? If you actually think that in your mind, he will take any less money than Kirill Kaprizov. Come on, man.
I'm
sorry. Like, I see stuff like that. I'm like, you are in la la land if you think that. If he does that, I will be flabbergasted. Flabbergasted.
I think that the fan base and some of the people in the Nasty Chat will pay him whatever he wants to stay. But is there a world where Connor is like, give me 2 years, 15.5, gives us a couple extra mil to play with, go take a run at a few cups, and then see you later. I'll go get 170 million in 3 years.
Listen, I did tell that story where there was like the cap hell for the Oilers. Connor was already under the 12.5 AAV contract, and he said, well, can I renegotiate it to take less? Like, yeah, that was something that was discussed.
Like, there's been a mindset along the way there. Like, yeah.
But at this point, with where the cap is going, you're telling me you're hoping he takes less than Kirill Kaprizov? And you think that there's a realistic chance of that when he's been essentially saying, I'm the best player in the world. This is an important contract for me. Very important for my family and my life. He's not taking less than what Kaprizov's done. And I think Luke Gazdic made a great point on, I think it was your show last week, when he said that it's like the Spider-Man meme where Kaprizov, Eichel, McDavid, these guys are kind of pointing at each other. You. Who's going to flinch first? Well, Kaprizov went today. Or was it yesterday? Whatever. Yesterday, sorry. But come on. To take less, like what Kaprizov just did is set the low bar for McDavid's contract. That's what happened, in my opinion.
KB follows it up. I just put you in the mix for rant of the year at an Esty. I just put it as Tom Gazzola. Come on, man. That's a rant. We'll remember that one. KB says, I'm not saying he's not worth 17.5 mil, but the whole talk of winning is a top priority, and you sign 17.5 mil just to be the highest paid player. It's not all about winning in that situation, is what he's saying.
It can be about business and winning. You know, you can get two birds stoned at once. KB, I'm sorry for popping off, but just that, come on, Tommy, come on, man. Are you kidding me? That's why I popped off. I appreciate, though, getting the pot stirred. You can get paid the way you should and do the business side while still focusing on being a contender. There's ways to do that.
Travis texts in today. Says, I talked to Connor today. He says he waited specifically because he wanted less than Kaprizov. Come on, man.
Well done, Travis. I'll give you a round of clicks there.
Guys, why would you take less to stay in Edmonton? Can't make up lost earnings. Makes no sense. why he would or settle for what Kirill just got. So
to me, what Elliott's saying, it would be
Elliott's
less than what you
tune,
think
though,
he
like,
might
yeah.
take. Yeah. Now, he can take up to 20% of the cap, which starting next year is at 104 or 105 million. Right? So if there's people out there, and maybe this is what Elliott's alluding to, is if there's some out there think he's taking 19, 20 mil, it's less than that. That's what I would interpret Elliott's.
The max he can get right now is 19.1 million.
There you go.
That's the 20%. I was reading this, if you can believe it, in a Rob Chichkowski article in a newspaper today.
A physical newspaper?
Physical newspaper.
Oh, excellent. They
yeah,
still make
I was
those.
out and about today. I looked at the physical newspaper. First of all, the entire newspaper is very sad. The entire newspaper was like 16 pages.
That's too bad. It's disappointing.
But Titch had it in there how it would be 19.1 this year, and then when it goes up next year, it's over 20 mil a year.
Right.
Look at that, right? So
anyway, I got fired up. I'm sorry, KB. KD, we're not getting confused with KD, who pointed that out. But I just the come on man thing. Yeah, it's just he's not taking less than Kirill Kaprizov. Anyway, this is fun. Look at you.
you know what? I'm just why is Elliott suggesting that it might be the case though? Right? You're
saying lower than
he's
some
saying
people might think.
15.5.
I don't.
He is. He doubled down.
I don't believe that.
That's what he said. That's why, like, you're making a valid case. And if you're Connor McDavid and you're the best player in the world, you should have fired Bowman at Texas and said it's at least 17.1.
Yeah.
But Elliott's pretty in tune with a lot of things. He's got a lot of good sources. He's still hinting around. It could be 15.5.
I don't know, man. One thing that we can all agree on and is objectively true is that McDavid's camp, the Oilers, have done a good job of leaving everyone guessing because they've locked it down. And that goes back to when Jeff Jackson took over and he wanted to close all the leaky leaks and the faucets around the organization. Now you can still get some information, but it's nowhere near as abundant as it used to be.
This mouse is taking me off. I think I need to change the battery in it. Trying to flip back over to the Boston Pizza logo, but anyway. I'll get that sorted out. All right, what do we go, like 40 minutes already?
I yelled.
Okay, let's continue with this. I got one more conversation on Connor. Does it happen before next Wednesday?
I'm going to just stand by what I've been saying all along. I think it gets done before camp because that's what I've been saying. I have nothing else to indicate that it will. Outside of I was told we're living in Connor's world. It's his world, man. And I was like, okay.
I'm going to guess it happens on Monday. I don't know why, but I'm going to say it seems like a Monday thing. The Monday of the first week of the season, they open on the 8th, gets a deal done on Monday. Everybody can oh my God, everything's going to be saved. Ah! And then, because if the puck drops next Wednesday, a week from today,
yeah,
if the puck drops, does that indicate he's walking free agency? You don't see a lot of deals get done.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, wasn't Stamkos kind of in this boat and Malkin? And they circled back and wound up back with their teams. I don't know, man.
It'd be interesting times, man. If we get to like February and there's no deal done and they're second or third in the conference and Friedman's saying... Or in the division, and Friedman's like, McDavid's not going to sign before the deadline. And can you imagine our deadline shows?
Oh, God.
I can't. I don't even want to.
I think there would be
sign on Monday, man. Get this thing done.
There would be so much heartbreak. And it would be just a grieving period. I don't even want to go there yet. We're not ready for that collectively.
That would suck.
That would.
They could come out. Like, they drop the puck next week. They could come out and win 7-0. And there'll be people in that post-game chat going, I can't believe Connor McDavid is going to watch.
How does this affect his future outlook with the team? Tonight's win.
Peter Matichuk says they'll announce it the day of the home opener. Get the crowd going. Spency 5 cents, he says McDavid signs at 6:05 on Friday. Well, it's certainly something that we've kind of been keeping tabs on for the last 3 months. And we'll, I got Tube Socks is suggesting have him sign it at center ice like Gretzky did.
Yeah, but that contract ended up being like voided essentially, right? It wasn't. It was like a 10-year
personal services contract.
Yeah. I don't know if that works anymore. Have him sign at Mr. Mike's, says McDiesel.
Luke in Cowtown says, I've been saying for a while he will sign for $970,000 more than Kaprizov, making it a $16.97 million deal. Well, it'd be 17.97.
Right. And it would be Connor claiming stake to the number 97.
That's my number.
That's my number.
Yeah, maybe that's what it ends up being, eh?
Yeah.
All right. What about preseason tonight?
Yay, exciting.
Have we seen any lineups for this game yet?
They were on the ice earlier, but
But nothing. There's no lines for this one.
Was it the non?
Was it the non guys?
Let me double check. Practice day, CFR is happening.
It would be the non guys because the game's in Seattle, right?
Yeah.
So
there's no morning skate for the game group. Brief practice for the non-active roster. That's what it was today. So yeah, like yesterday at practice, McDavid, Draisaitl, and Frederick were skating together. Mangiapane, Nugent Hopkins, and Savoy, I think, was the second line.
Okay.
I think. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head.
I feel like I manifested that into your brain.
Maybe you did.
That's the second line that I want to see to start the year. We were talking about it.
And Philp wasn't practicing. No Wallman still. And by the way, if you didn't see, I tweeted it out. Wallman will not play this game. He might not. He probably won't play Friday, but they expect him back for season opener.
So he's got another week to
heal up. So Philp was sick. Oh, Tomasek didn't skate yesterday. He's sick.
And Lazar's sick too, I think.
Yeah, so there's an illness that's been rolling around through the team. And even like yesterday, Knobloch, his voice was hoarse. He wasn't really yelling at practice either. So that's the other thing. I saw it was crazy to tell you and to summarize how ready people are for hockey season. When I tweeted that there was illness, people bitched that there were illnesses happening. I was like, what? We're complaining about illness?
I like that.
Yeah. I was like, whoa.
Say, come on, man.
So your prediction that this is going to be the most volatile, toxic Oilers social media online season is well on its way. Well on its, and not to mention,
I made that prediction 2 days ago.
I know.
We're already here.
And not to mention all the posts in regard to my video of Stu Skinner doing a solid for Matthias Ekholm and taking shots from his like 6-year-old kid. And one of them, he goes roof on Skinner. And people are like, oh, Skinner taking shots from a level he should be playing at.
Oh,
like,
God.
it's so toxic.
I don't think it's a bold take by me to say it's going to be the most toxic year. Connor McDavid
right.
goes into the season, possibly no extension. And they're running a bunch of rookies that people are going to want to see play more, and the coach is going to play him enough.
Goodness.
And then obviously the Stuart Skinner thing. Now you throw in this Ingram trade today, and that just adds fuel to the fire. Most toxic Oilers season coming up ever.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I went to look at your tweet yesterday saying some guys are sick. First reply, why does this team get sick so often? Like every year.
I don't know.
How is that possible?
No.
Here's a few more.
There's illness. There's bugs in the air.
Mike on, I think they're all sick to their stomach that McDavid hasn't signed yet.
That's a good one.
Literally puking around the room. Mike says 100% guarantee Nuge gets the illness. He always does. Poor guy.
Ben is laughing his ass off.
Raphael Papiani says, again, with this sickness.
Pappy.
What are we doing here?
Yeah, Benny, you got to get used to this, man. Hopefully you're going to be with us for a long time, dude.
Yeah.
You,
how dare people get sick?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Nuge is going to get sick. He always gets sick.
He gets sick all the time. He's always got a lozenge in
you know
his
what
mouth.
makes me sick? Seeing Skinner play. Right? There's those ones too. John replies to you and said, Do they all drink out of the same water bottle?
Yes.
It seems like an illness runs through the room 3 to 4 or 5 times a year. Feels like more than other teams and certainly more than other sports.
It's exactly like other teams.
Some guy replied to that guy and said, "Do you not know how illness spreads?"
Hey, by the way, what's an airplane?
Oh,
it's
are
a bacteria-infested tube with recycled air.
That's why I got deathly ill last year, I think, from traveling on the airplanes all the time.
Yes.
And then I got sick for a month and I was still traveling on airplanes. It wasn't good, but I was wearing a mask. Because I was not in a good shape.
You had a legit
I would lay down when I got home on Sunday and like not move until I had to leave again until Thursday. And it was just like, that sucked. But yeah, airplanes are not good for that stuff.
Truly. And Tube Sock says they're always sharing smokes. Well played, Tube Sock.
I almost got into it with a lady at WestJet on Friday.
Go on.
Was that Friday I was gone this week? Yeah, Friday. Yeah. So Friday, I'm flying out in the afternoon, and I've got like this, like a suit bag that I take on the plane. It's like a suit wrapped around a cylinder, and then you can put your shoes in one end. And And so it's a nice little suit bag. I've literally been using this suit bag since I started calling CFL games 5 years ago. So I'm waiting. It always fits through the thing in security. Mm-hmm. It is always fit up top. Nobody's ever said anything about it. 5 years. So I scan in at the top. I'm walking down the jetway, and I'm standing there waiting to get on the plane. And some WestJet lady standing there, and she goes, "Oh, you should have checked that." I said, "What do you mean?" I said, "It fits." She goes, "Oh, we have a new system. That won't fit." I said, "I've been carrying it on board for 5 years. Nobody said anything, and it fits." And she goes, "What airline?" I said,
Yours.
I said, "WestJet." Like I have like a 75K platinum thing on the bag. Yeah. It's like we're there. I'm like, I fly every weekend. I was tired and I would rather have stayed home last week. I'm like, I said, well, she goes, well, so she said, no, we have new policies. And I looked at her, I said, when did these policies go into place? I said, Sunday? I said, because I flew WestJet Sunday. And she goes, and this was Friday.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, well, where'd you fly from?
Who cares?
I said Ottawa on WestJet. She goes, well, here in Edmonton, we follow the rules. And I looked at her and I said, I've flown out of Edmonton for 5.5 months every year. And I turned around and walked on the plane. So then I get on the plane. I'm like, God, I hope they haven't like shrunk planes.
Yeah.
And my thing doesn't fit for some reason.
And
it turns out I'm on a plane that's only 5 days old. Brand new.
No.
Tons of room.
Beautiful.
Tons of room. I put the bag up. I was just like, what's this lady talking about? So, but then I was worried she was going to come on she was one of the stewardess on the plane.
No.
But she wasn't.
The gate agents can't
But
be
the other people, they come walking down, nobody said a thing. And I was looking at some of the bags that people were putting up there. I said, these bags are way bigger than my bag.
Yep.
You're coming at me for my bag, lady?
Yep. I feel like this lady was just having a day.
And I was not, usually I'm like a softie. I'd be like, oh, okay, you can check it, ma'am. And I was like,
not today,
Not
missus.
today. Like, I'm not letting this bag get checked and lost. I've carried it every single flight for 5.5 years, past hundreds of WestJet agents, and nobody has ever said anything.
Some of them just can't help themselves.
Oh, man.
It's the worst.
That was probably the most I've been fired up in public in a long time. Long time.
Proud of you.
I have a feeling I'm going to get to the airport tomorrow morning at 9:50, and she's going to be looking for me.
I hope she says, oh, Mr. Nielson, great to see you again. Do you have that suit bag that I think is wonderful?
If I have to see her again, it's on. Like at that point, it's on. It's going to be like some sort of Seinfeld bit where it's like
Eileen or Karen.
Look like a Karen
or Lorna.
Yeah, I mean,
one of those pushy names.
It clearly fits in the bin.
Yeah.
To go through security.
Yep. I'm very happy with how fired up you got about this.
Yeah, I got on the plane. I texted my wife. And I told some guy on the plane. I said, "Can you believe this lady?" Like I was furious with it. There used to see some of the bags that people bring on. Like this one suitcase was way big. People get on there and they can't even lift their bag up.
No,
they're like, oh,
the best.
What are you doing?
Is the people that have the bag that is egregiously too big and they know it, and then the gate agents let them through, and then they just leave it at the front to be checked, and they save the $40 or whatever from having.
Yeah, those people. Yeah,
and guess what? Those bags are the first ones to come off the plane, so they get them right away, and they're gone.
Idea, yeah.
It's totally taking advantage of that scenario. It's not right, but it's damn smart. Kudos to you, people who skirt around the rules and get away with it.
Come on, lady.
Come on,
Come
lady.
on, lady.
What a show. That was fun today. I need a
C-Run
cigarette.
says, I hate bag tests. No bag fits in those things, but if it slides in the overhead easily. I've had to check my overhead a couple of times. Yeah, that's the thing. They say, please put your bag in here. If somebody called me out on that bag, because it's round, so it probably wouldn't fit in there. But if somebody called me out, I said, okay, well, you're going to check every single bloody bag in here, and none of them are going to fit in this ridiculous contraption.
Sir, don't tell me how to do my job. I'm here for the safety of everyone.
All right. That's enough of that.
Okay.
That's enough of that.
I am fired up.
We're a week away from the beginning of the regular season, and then we'll have real hockey issues to get very fired up about.
This has been a very fun show.
Yeah, that's it. Tommy, as of this moment, what would be your second line to start the year?
I would do Mangiapane, Nugent Hopkins, and Savoy.
Me too.
If
Me too.
McDavid, Draisaitl, and Frederick or whoever else are together.
You're still saying if? You don't think those guys are going to start together?
I mean, we're close enough to the start of the year that's probably how it's starting.
That would be the ultimate knob-block move, to basically say those guys are starting the year together 2 weeks before the season starts, and then right before the season starts, they get split up again.
Now, the logic behind that, if it were to happen, would be ridiculous. But I don't know. Looks like it's going that way. I have liked Tomaszek. He's earned every bit of his opportunity to start the season next week. And I like Savoy. He's been a good storyline. I think Philp's been a good storyline. You want to see more from Howard. I would not write him off or anything like that. It's just going to take time for him. There's been some good things. I think the defense, Brett Kulak's going to be good again. And the other thing, Dusty, and I said it a little bit, and we've talked about it a bit, is I think with some of these guys, Szymanski, Lepinin, Akey's going to take a little bit of time, or Gula, he's coming off the knee injury. But it seems as though the shelves in terms of prospects that could be close to being NHL players have been restocked a little bit. And I think that's something that deserves a little bit of attention and appreciation.
Couple of comments over on the Nasty Chat on YouTube. Hammer the thumbs up first if you're watching on YouTube. It just puts the oil stream out to other Weathers fans like yourself and the old algorithm. James Barrels over in the chat says, bag tests are the LTIR cap loophole of the airline industry.
Well played, James. That's a good one. Well done.
That's pretty good.
That's a good one.
I like that one. He also adds that Nuge line would be a line of three skinny guys.
And ice hockey, not a good equation.
That is a three skinny guy line.
Super fast, but super
for
soft.
sure. AB over there says, my husband layered on 4 shirts and a pair of shorts over his clothes when his backpack didn't fit in the carry-on test thingy.
God. It can be so anal sometimes.
And I like this one. T-Mac over on the text line says, that WestJet agent is your Wallace Shawn from Vegas Vacation. Remember him?
Yeah. Changing 200.
Yeah, I'm rocking. Listen, lady, why don't I just let you kick me in the balls and I'll still take my bag online?
Yes. Very nice.
All right, there you go. That's going to do it for Oil Stream today. Benny, what's coming up on EST Afternoons, buddy? What do the boys got?
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about, obviously. The Kaprizov signing. Connor Ingram being added to this team with the preseason game tonight as well. Luke Hughes getting that big deal. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't think that New Jersey should be paying a guy with that little experience, that money, but that's the NHL nowadays. MLB playoffs. We had some great guests on today, so it'll be another great show.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Good stuff. That's going to do it for the Oil Stream. I'll be back with the Nielsen Show tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock, breaking down the second last preseason game, thank God, of the Oilers' preseason schedule. The Oil Stream has been brought to you by Boston Pizza, and of course, parts of it brought to you by our friends over at Popeyes. The $8 3-piece chicken deal is available now, and Play Alberta. Check out all of our specials at the EST specials page over at PlayAlberta.ca. For Tom Gazzola, I am Dustin Nielson. Stick around for EST Afternoons. Take it easy.